Hey, what's up everybody? I'm going to show you guys the stuff I got from Atari2600dotcom here first. And one of the items, I've got the screws out of it so I can open it up and show you how well made it is. I am very impressed. And then I'll show you guys the work in progress pellet guns. And I'm not finished with them yet, but close enough to where I can show you what I've done so far. They're turning out nice for those two vintage pellet guns. Anyways, got a couple of game carts. One a lot cheaper than the other, as in one of them's, I guess, just scarce or rare. Anyways, for the 7800, out of scratch and dent, or naked ladies and wounded warriors, got Centipede for $1. If anybody wants to know that doesn't have both systems, as far as I'm concerned, graphically and on gameplay, 7800 and ColecoVision are pretty much about the same. They both have good gameplay and good graphics. They look close to arcade. The big difference that I saw, which, yeah, it's kind of annoying, on the 7800, the screen is cropped. They got it to where it's centered, and then there's just a white outline around it. So you're not getting full screen like the ColecoVision. But, big deal. It's still a good game worth getting. And then this one, badass game, man. I can see why. I don't know if it was Gamester81 or one of the other guys I watched that did a review on this saying this is a reason to own a ColecoVision. And it is, man. It is fun as hell. Got a copy of Frenzy. This one was $8.95 for scratch and dent, which really it's just the label that's not in the best shape. And for anybody that doesn't know, this is the sequel to Berserk. So if you really like the game Berserk on the 2600 or 7800 or 5200 or whatever. Oh wait, I don't think they have it on 7800, but whatever. If you like it, this way funner. I do like playing it on the 5200 where you get the voices and stuff. This is just, there's more to it. Very fun game, worth picking up. If you can get it out of scratch and dent or find it someplace else cheaper. Because he did have just the cartridge in good shape, I guess. Don't know how good a shape, but good enough. And it was like $16.95 or $17.95. So big difference on price there. Now in the kick-ass thing. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. And glad I got this, because whoever got the other one that he had that's made by Atari, that one's all sold. I'm thinking if they were old school like me, they would have gotten this. Anyways, what I got was a Wico command control trackball in the box with the instructions. Even has the little card in there to send away in the mail to get your warranty and stuff. So I might send that off so I can get my warranty or whatever. You know, I'll throw it in the fucking hot tub, whatever. And then put some Chernobyl on it. Anyways, box is not in bad shape. It's mainly just the corners that are a bit miffed. Otherwise, definitely displayable box. It does have the old school price on it, which I may pop this in the freezer and see if that will lift off. Not the biggest thing, but I'm thinking, I may be wrong on this, because I've never had one, but I think one of the main problems with the Atari2600 trackball, the ball is not heavy whatsoever. It's just cheap plastic, and if you're really going crazy playing Centipede or something, it tends to jump. This one, once I took it out, man, and it felt like it was heavy when I was rolling it, but once I took it out, it's like a freaking cue ball. It's as good as the ColecoVision one, where it's got some weight so it doesn't bounce even minutely. I was going nuts playing Centipede with this thing. And it works great, and you'll see why when I show it to you open. Anyways, I'm going to name off the systems they say and then add a few to it, because this came out in '82, so there's a few more newer systems that came out that are compatible since then. Anyways, this one in particular, obviously for the 2600, 7800, Sears Atari game systems, Atari 400, 800, or any of the others that are compatible computer-wise with the 2600 controllers. Commodore, they're showing VIC-20, so I guess the 64 wasn't out yet or whatever. So VIC-20, 64, 128 home computers. And kind of disappointing, but really don't care because I have the ColecoVision trackball. It does not work on the ColecoVision for some reason. I popped in my Centipede cart, and the only thing that was working normal was the fire button. As soon as you start up the game, it's like you're rolling upwards, and it just stops. So it doesn't like the control scheme. And if you got a ColecoVision, get a ColecoVision trackball. They're worth every penny too. And now on ones that I have never seen before, and the book was kind of throwing me. First couple of pages where they're showing the thing and how to hook it up and what it does, they're showing the different one. As in this one, it's for the Atari. It does not need a separate power supply like the ColecoVision one, where you plug that into the system and then your power supply into that. But on this one, they got different serial numbers here that I'll give you guys if you want to try and find it, which, good luck. For the Texas Instruments home computers, it's Wico trackball serial number 72/4560. If you got an Apple II computer, 72/4521. If you got a Radio Shack TRS-80 color computer, or maybe other ones that may have came out a little later, that's 72/4550. They're saying Odyssey home video game. I'm thinking they're talking about the Odyssey 2, to where you could unplug the controllers from the back of it. That's 72/4555. And I don't know if it's... I'm pretty sure the Odyssey wouldn't have it, but I'm thinking on maybe one or two of the computers. What they did was put a little, like a headphone jack on the side of the trackball to where you got an adapter that you plug into it. And other than that, all it talks about is the awesomeness of Wico, so I'll put that away. Show you guys this badass trackball. Man, this thing... I flipped out when I opened it. I was not expecting it to be in this good a shape for one that did not say new. This thing is shiny and new, from a little dot on the freaking trackball clear down to the tip of the plug. The cord is shiny. The plug is shiny, man. It's awesome condition. It still has the sticker on the front of it to specify what system it's made for, as in AT, Atari, trackball, whatever. The rubber feet on it are like new. Anyways, give you an idea of the size there. It's not real big, but it's heavy. It's in the innards, just like arcade, just like the ColecoVision, man. Just totally compare it to the ColecoVision one. And I show one of those opened up for anybody new that wants to see how they are. Only difference, just different circuit board layout. And I have seen one of these open before. That's why I knew this is the one to get, other than it being a Wico and high quality. There was a guy that was converting one of these to use as a computer mouse, and the only thing different that he did on it, just physically or whatever, or other than putting in his mouse guts, just below the fire button here, he put in another fire button so you can have the double click. Fire button here, and another thing, built like a fucking tank. The plastic on this, it's like my Wico Deluxe joystick. That is arcade quality. And really thick plastic. Really thick plastic. Not just on the lid, but on the rest of it. Nice. Say, man, it's about the size of a cue ball. I've been wanting to find an 8-ball and see if it will fit in the Coleco one, but I might see if I can find a couple of them. But it's nice and heavy. I didn't get any bounce whatsoever, man. Rolls really smooth, and the reason it rolls smooth, arcade quality parts. All metal spindle there that's on ball bearings. And I'm just going to show you one of these because they're both the same. The two main spindles. All steel, ball bearing on both ends. And the only thing different I'm seeing on this compared to the ColecoVision, underneath the wheels, there's a little hole with a spring in it. So if you're spinning it really hard, you're just putting tension on the springs and not on this. So it's got a little tiny bit of give to it, which makes it that much better. Otherwise, spins really good. And circuit board wise, other than there's really not much to it. It's got the two little circuit boards for the sensors for the movement, and then one off to the side here that's just got one big chip on it. And then all the cables and stuff are all on plugs. And then for the fire button, leaf switch, just like their arcade sticks. Very, very nice. Even nicer if you can get the fucking lid to go back on. There we go. Just couldn't be happier. I'd get one of the 2600 ones. It's made by Atari, man, but it'd have to be dirt freaking cheap because I've heard too many bad things about them on quality. So, anyways, that's that. Show you guys. Now I'll show you guys the one that I'm more trying to restore it back to normal as close as possible. Murphy's Law, man. For anybody that saw my pickups video for these two guns, the one that looked like it had the most damage on the stock is in the water damage and stuff where it was all speckled. That's the one that cleaned up the best, man. It damn near looks perfect. This other one that's German, whatever they use for the lacquer, it must have been really watery to where it soaked into the wood. I could not get it to come all the way off with steel wool, let alone sandpaper. So what I did was just sand all the little nicks and spots that were just bad. And both of them, not going to give you the brand because this is something my mom had around. Basically, I'm in a fucking rest home. I'm definitely one of the tenants for that rest home. My parents, my dad's in his 80s, my mom's in her late 70s. She's a pack rat, she keeps everything. This stuff could have been as old as I am, man. Old ass little freaking can of walnut stain. But really good stuff. I mean, I don't even think I put on more than just one coat on both guns. It's that good. But this one, it mainly just filled in some of the bad spots, and a lot of it is the type of wood it is too. Depending on how the light hits it, it's going to look like it's got more marks, but really it's not. It's just reflection. And on this German one, and the stock where it's got the little metal emblems in there that I'm pretty sure are brass that say high score. I polished those up with some steel wool, so they're nice and shiny now. And then other than putting some stain on this so far, I went over all the metal parts with just light grade steel wool and damn near all the rust lifted off. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. This one is really, really built good. I didn't bring it up last time because I hadn't taken anything apart other than just removing the barrel and stuff from the stock. I'm thinking the main tube here that's got the spring in it and stuff for the compressed air, it looks like they got a bar of steel, drilled it out just enough for the spring in the air chamber, and did it to where it's really thick, because up front where the barrel is, where the part breaks to cock the thing, it's solid freaking steel. It's not like some of the other ones that you see around to where it's just a steel pipe and then they maybe have a couple of metal plates stuck in there to keep everything level. This is solid fucking steel. So anyways, let's see. That spot there, I gotta add some more stain. And then I worked on this last and I got tired. But gradually starting to get it to darken up so it'll match everything. And like I say, I shined those up on both sides. And as you see all the marks there, that's the type of wood it is. I'll have to find somebody that's got one of these and maybe they know what type. Either that or it could be hard to know. It almost looks like they used some filler on this, like maybe the wood wasn't exactly smooth or whatever. It's just really weird looking now that I've shined it all up. Other than that, not bad. It's gonna put a little bit more stain on it and then I'll find some lacquer. The lacquer ought to take out some of that too. This one, I was saying I was going to keep the barrel and all the metal parts and stuff the way it was and just remove the rust until I found somebody that had one of the Benjamin pistols that was old, all polished up down to bare metal, man, as in removed all the black paint and then redid the wood and stuff with stain and varnish. It looked nice and I had to do the same. So close but not done. But man, the stock came out nice, that walnut stain. And if anybody finds one of these, is a lot of times they'll use a dark color wood. If you get one that's got water damage, I recommend walnut or something just as dark for a stain, because all that area that had the water marks, the stain blended it all in. So now both sides look the same on this thing. Really, really nice. I think the only spot that still shows up a little bit, and I sanded the hell out of it, that area that was really bad on the water damage. It's still a little dark there, but a lot of it I got lifted it off. Once I put some varnish on it, that might disappear. But it was really dark, so big difference. But man, it's coming out nice. And then, like I said on the guy's pistol, gradually getting this down to just bare metal. And I was wrong on the main barrel here. It's not brass. What it was, and there's some on the bottom, right in that area. There, kind of shows up. I don't know if it's, I don't know what the hell it is. It's like some of this, it had this like gold stuff on it, like maybe from where they welded parts together or something. Some of it's lifting off, some of it's not, but most of it's under the grip here in that area. That's why I thought it was brass, but no, it's just plain old steel. But that's brass, that part's brass, and then the front side up here is brass. So once I get this sucker all shined up, man, it's gonna look freaking wicked. And it shoots really good. Only thing that I'm not gonna touch, all this, good shape still. I'm gonna leave that all dark like that, and that's the original stain and everything on the grip here. Didn't have any problems or water damage, so that's gonna stay original. All I can say, man, other than that I'm happy with what I've done. Freaking hands are tired, because that was a lot of sanding to get that water damage down to the point where I could hide the rest of it with the stain, man. It was really bad. So, I will catch you guys later. Feel free to comment. And Puppy's got my recommendation, man. I've said it a few 100,000 friggin' times on my channel here. I love stuff made by Wico. They were top quality back in the day. Catch y'all later.